Watching the Dodgers win last night, and we are all distracted. I'm distracted. Now, I'm not one of these perpetually online people. That's now like a demographic, perpetually online people. They say those people now, the TikTokers and the Instagrammers, are replacing Hollywood people. Maybe true, that's what they're saying. But we're all distracted, caffeinated, distracted. Now, this is an election year, so we got anxiety coming out of our ears. But the best thing that could happen to Major League Baseball, dead serious here, is that Juan Soto for the Yankees is arguably the great young player in the game. He and Ohtani would be for the Dodgers to outbid everybody and the Dodgers to add him to Ohtani, Freeman, Betts, Kershaw, Soto. It would be the ultimate villain outside of Los Angeles. Couldn't take your eyes off it. Major League Baseball has not had a dynasty since like the early 2000s. And by the way, go look at the NBA. Last time they got great ratings. MJ's Bulls. Kobe Shaq. Steph's Warriors. I think the Dodgers should make a run. This year, the Dodgers led baseball in home attendance, and they also led it in road attendance. They're interesting. It's a star-studded machine. Add another star. We're all distracted. You have to create urgency. And I think 5 former MVPs on a team would create special and unique. Create an experience you can't get anywhere else. Everybody got mad when KD went to the Warriors. They watched. They were a villain. It was unique. We were calling them the greatest basketball team of all time. Again, there's a million platforms, a million channels, a million places for your eyeballs to go. People are not watching good. They're watching Caitlin Clark because there's never been anything like it in women's basketball. The WNBA ratings are still okay. Her ratings are great. I would go after Soto, move other pieces. I mean, I just think in 2024, sorry if you don't want to hear that, but I think the sport needs a dynasty. Sequels not only work, they have redefined Hollywood. We got rid of independent films. It bothers the artists. It doesn't seem to bother the consumers. Mahomes and Brady's dominance has not hurt the NFL whatsoever. Hasn't hurt it a bit. I think Major League Baseball needs a dynasty, and nobody has the wherewithal and the passion and the attendance and the inertia and the momentum and already a launching pad of a franchise like the Dodgers. I would go after Soto. You'll probably have to let somebody go. Okay. But when the Warriors went and got KD, Adam Silver was very uncomfortable. And then people stopped watching the Denver Nuggets win a title. I know, it makes you uncomfortable. That's an unfair advantage. Sports is all unfair. UConn women's basketball. The sport was very healthy when they won every year. Couldn't take your eyes off them. I lived in the state. I was watching. I'd never watched women's basketball regularly before. It got me to a TV. It got me to an arena. So you have to create special and unique to get audiences now. Everybody's distracted. Now, this is a strangely distracted year. That'll end in about 2 weeks. The political channels, the losing side political channel ratings, whatever side loses, whether it's, Republican, Democrat, their ratings will come crashing down. It'll come back down to earth. People go back to watching sports and hopefully have less anxiety. But I'm sitting there watching last night, and I'm like, I think if I was the Dodgers, I'd go all in again. And I think baseball would get kind of weirdly uncomfortable like Adam Silver did. Mahomes and Brady has not hurt at all NFL's dominance. It's helped it. And the last time we deeply cared about the NBA, it was KD and Steph and Clay and Draymond, and everybody complained about it, but you couldn't take your eyes off him. I'm not saying you want to win 8 straight championships, but MJ's Bulls, Shaq and Kobe, KD, the Yankees, early 2000s, that's more than ever what draws eyeballs. Dominance, unique, special, a totally stacked roster. Well, as far as the Yankees go, I was reading this morning. They're the only Major League Baseball, the New York Yankees, all in the same game, regular season or postseason, since earned runs became an official stat in 1913. They're the only team to blow a 5-plus run lead, allow 5-plus earned runs, commit 3 errors, a balk, and catcher's interference. Wow. Now, once Aaron Judge hit that early home run for the Yankees, it did feel like everybody could finally exhale, right? He'd been struggling. if Aaron Judge can't hit, the series is over. And then he hits a bomb. But the Dodgers from the Padres series, the Mets series, the World Series stayed even keel, good or bad. The Yankees didn't. You could feel the stress with the Yankees the entire series. Aaron Judge felt stressed out. Aaron Boone pulling Garrett Cole in Game 1 created anxiety. In Games 1 and 5, with Garrett Cole, New York had leads in later innings. But it never, ever felt like they were under control. And it always felt like it would come crashing down, and it did. The stress, the anxiety, and the pressure. Now, Aaron Judge, his first ever playing center field. I mean, you don't think that's stress created? The entire series, the Dodgers felt loose and inspired, maybe because they've been there before. And the Yankees felt uptight. A balk, catcher's interference, short hopping a ball to third, not covering first. We've seen it with Mahomes and Brady. Experience matters, especially in those high leverage situations. The Dodgers had been here, dominating their division for years and winning in the postseason, not always the World Series, but winning. And the Yankees haven't. Outside of the American League Central, they just don't win a lot of playoff series anymore. This became a nightmare on 161st Street. And there was a Freddie terrorizing everybody. His name was Freddie Freeman. But more than anything, even more than Freddie Freeman, it was the stress, the mistakes, and the unraveling. The only game the Yankees won in this World Series was the Dodger bullpen game. And let me rephrase that. The Dodgers' lower tier bullpen game. Even their ace, Garrett Cole, finished 2 starts without a win. Here's Aaron Boone after.
Yeah, we just had a bad inning. Garrett was amazing. Kept picking us up. Obviously a few mistakes really cost us in that inning. It happens. And that hurts. But that's also baseball.
By the way, I've never seen, and we find out statistically it never happened, I've never seen something happen in the 5th inning like that. Aaron Judge first error, a drop fly ball, the short hop to third, not covering first. That was the crazy stuff. Then a balk, then catcher's interference. But one of the advantages of not going to a game, because you don't see this when you're at a game, but going to a game is more fun, especially a World Series game. But one of the advantages of not going to a game, you see things on TV that you wouldn't notice when you're there. And you could sense the stress. You could sense the anxiety from the Yankees, and you could simultaneously see the looseness and the joy and the inspired effort of the Dodgers playing with a chip on their shoulder despite this massive payroll. And I thought it was very obvious last night as it all came crashing down for the Yankees in the 5th and the 8th innings. J-Mac, we don't do a ton of baseball on this show, but I would say this, and I'll talk about this later. Juan Soto is on the market. It has been reported the Dodgers are very, very interested in adding Juan Soto to Freeman, to Kershaw, to Betts, to Ohtani. And I will tell you, if any New York Yankee fan is outraged by that, never forget 10, 15 years ago, the hot stove league was essentially the Yankee-Red Sox league. Yeah. That's all it was. Yankees just outbidding everybody when they had the cable advantage with the YES Network. That's all gone. The Yankees are a smarter front office. They have more money. The Dodgers are now, and they're going to use it.
You think he gets Ohtani-type money in the same neighborhood?
Oh, I think Soto will end up being I think Ohtani is more global. Right. And I think merchandise. I mean, I was reading a story yesterday where the World Series ratings were bigger in Japan. It was incredible. So the merchandise that Ohtani can fuel is just different. I think it's different. Yeah. But I think Soto is regarded, is this fair, as the best young talent in the sport. Yeah. And so that market is, in any sports league, you could be Ant Edwards, Wemby, Soto. It doesn't matter what sport it is. You're going to get paid handsomely.